The weekly. Hey.
I got you.
Hey.
Hey. Tech. That's the bot. That's
I know it is, but I know it's there.
the bot. Stop. Shit.
Hey, you guys. Are you guys playing music?
I want myself.
That was crazy.
Hey.
Are you guys playing
Are you
music?
speaking?
What up, Soup?
Yeah.
Yeah, he said,
Yeah,
"Are you guys
shit.
playing music?" Yeah,
Yeah.
because he has. His
Yeah,
music
we
on,
are.
so
Yeah, because if you play
All right,
music,
let me shut it down.
yeah, if you play music, the
Yeah,
stream gets muted. That's why. Because of copyright.
Gotcha. Okay.
we
Yeah,
can
they're
play the
strict
music
on that
after
now.
the event is over. Yeah.
They
Yeah.
doing the
Yeah.
copyright like that. I'm selfish. I
All
want
right,
you
guys.
on
I'm
myself.
just inviting people, and then we can, I guess, get started.
I got two.
Yep.
I got two midget strippers coming. I got them for half off. So
Totally inappropriate joke.
we about
Listen.
to party. It's my B-Day month. I'm turning up every day.
Hey, cause we like to party.
And I listened to that DJ Khaled joint
shit.
he got with
Wait,
I
are
said
you
this boy got it. Oh
That's
hell
a
no.
Virgo.
Ooh. Oh.
Wait, he's
ooh,
not?
no. Hell
How are
no.
you not a Virgo?
Right, that's
How
what
are
I'm
you
saying.
not a Virgo?
Right, you
Libra
get what I'm
gang.
saying?
You said birthday
Oh,
month.
End of the month.
Oh, Libra.
Yeah, end of the month,
End of
though.
the month.
September 29th.
End of the month. Right. End of the month.
Gotcha. All right, guys, we're gonna
Yes.
get started here in just a second.
Oh shit, I don't need this. Biggie! I can't.
Welcome.
Hell no.
You're not a Virgo.
Right.
Welcome.
What's good? Is Biggie carrying the tape for me? We can't.
I
If
love
he's
it.
saying
Biggie.
anything, we can't hear him.
I swear Biggie Avatar has the most resemblance to George Lopez, and I love it. I like the George Lopez from the Shark Boy and Lava Girl. When he was the school teacher.
He's dumb
Okay,
as hell
guys.
for that one.
Since it's 8:08, I'm go ahead and get started.
Hey.
That's okay with you guys?
Yes, man.
Let's see
Alright.
if the stream on.
Let's make sure. Are we rolling, Sue?
Yep.
We're
Yeah.
rolling.
We
I guess we're
are
rolling.
live. Yes, we are. We're good.
All right.
All
And
right.
good evening, everyone. Today is Monday, September 12th, 2002. This is Bass Drop Radio coming to you
2022.
from, what did I say? I say 22?
2002, girl. We took your
Girl,
girl.
I'm in 2002. Oh my God. You know what? You know what?
Okay.
We travel.
Let's start.
Listen.
Let's start that again. It's September 12th, 2022. Here at Bass Drop Radio, Horizon's _1 radio station. Thanks for joining us tonight. My name is Cherrrrypie. You can find me on my socials at @Cherrrrypie_VR. Joining me are my hosts, BrooklynBandit 347, Howard 702 LV. Tell them where to find you.
Well, you can find me
Oh,
at
excuse me.
BrooklynBandit _VR. BrooklynBandit 347 _VR. Howard.
And if you don't know, now you know. It's your boy Howard 702. Ain't nothing new. Get it tripping like a kid on tie shoes. Find me all on the platforms under Howard 702, baby boo.
Well, look at that. That's a wonderful introduction. Before we get started with today's show, just want to remind you guys where to find us on Instagram at Bass Drop Radio. You can also email us if you're an artist and you want your original music promoted here at businessadmin@bassdropradio.com. And we are joined with a very special collaborator here today. Leroy from The Leroy Show is joining Bass Drop Radio. Guys, give it up for Leroy.
Hey, what's up, y'all? What's up?
Leroy has been a long time friend of the show, collaborator. We've worked with him on several, special broadcasts before. So just want to introduce him to you guys and to our audience as our new collaborator with Bass Drop Radio. We're going to be working on some special projects here with Leroy. So Leroy, before I kind of give you a little introduction, do you want to tell our audience a little bit about yourself?
Yeah. How y'all doing? A pleasure to be here at Bass Drop Radio, especially, with having fam around. It's always fun, you know what I mean? To do stuff with people who enjoy the same things as you, common things as you. But my name's Leroy, as everybody knows. You could find me at, Leroy777. And man, I do the Leroy show Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And it's just, just me doing things that I love doing, hobbies, tech, music, and all that, But yeah, that's me.
All right. If you guys aren't familiar with Leroy, he has worlds in here, Cave Collectibles, Ethan Above are Leroy's worlds. And they're awesome. Tonight, he's also having Motivational Mondays with our very own Howard 702 LV.
Yes.
If you guys want to talk a little bit about Motivational Mondays with Leroy, tell us a little bit about what to expect tonight after the show.
So for people who maybe have never came or haven't seen it before, Motivational Mondays is meant to basically have a speaker, somebody from different walks of life, come and kind of share their motivation and share a little bit of what their life is, you know what I'm saying? But given and pertaining to the motivational part of it, because everybody has those times where we're rock bottom or feel like we're going down in life, and we just need somebody to basically give us insight or what they did to overcome that. And today we have Howard, which I'm very excited because he's able to give us the music side and a lot of his side of his life and what he uses to motivate him every day.
Hell yeah.
Awesome. Howard, you want to tell our audience a little bit about what you had going on over the weekend? Leading into Motivational Monday, I think it's important to let the world know, let your YouTube fan base know, and like Horizons know, like what else you have going on outside of Bass Drop Radio.
Oh man, I just came off extreme cloud high. Shout out to Cloud Fest. End up performing there this weekend in Gainesville, Florida. It was a metaverse performance, so it was the first of its kind. So man, trying to get it fine like wine. That was a good performance thing, and it was also a good experience. I said at the end of the day, just showing new music, and it's leading up to today on this fine Monday, Motivation Monday at that. And man, getting ready to just showcase, like, not even just showcase the skills, but just showcase like, hey, like this is my journey, and I get to finally say something about it, type ish. And not a lot of cats can do that so far. We either got to be dead to talk about our journey, or we got to be in jail to talk about it. And shit, I'm neither of the above, so it's a blessing. But no, that's all I've been doing on the outside of it, just still staying on the grind.
All right, so Howard, let everybody know where they can find your music.
You can find my music under everything that has earbuds attached to it. But no, it's all under Howard 702. You can find me all under platforms with that. But especially with anything like you just like again, type it in on Google, Howard 702. That's the only one that pops up. And if it is another one, it's an imposter, like some pasta. But no, it's just all under Howard 702, everything.
Awesome. Brooklyn, tell us a little bit about your weekend. How was your weekend? What'd you do?
Well, another chill weekend for me. So we had a couple of things happening in light of recent events with the Queen passing away. Rest in peace to her. There was a couple of world openings that happened here on Horizon Worlds, including the London Eye by my very good friend and Meta family member, Technical. Shout out to Technical. And shout out
Tech in the
Cam
building.
Bam and Biggie Paul and JP Cloud and Godric. Shout out to them because they absolutely killed that build, and it was a beautiful tribute to the Queen and to everything that's going on in at this current moment. Besides that, I don't recall what else. I spent most of my time there. I'll be honest.
Okay. Awesome.
So
I
yeah.
also went to the
Mhm.
London Eye build. It was a fantastic build. One of the things that I loved the most about the build was being able to also see the other builds that the group had worked on together as you're riding the Ferris wheel. So that was a pretty unique spin on that. So shout out to Tech, Cam, Biggie,
Yeah, that
JP
shit
Cloud, and the
remind me
whole
of Spy
team.
Kids. I go over
Yeah,
his stud, like that Spy Kids too, like the miniature, like the whole little miniature thing part. I'm like, hold on, I've been to all these places, and then you got them all in like one spot, and I'm like, oh, that's like I swear the first thing popped in my head was Spy Kids too. I'm like, oh, I see the
Very-
inspiration.
Hey, well, listen, there
build.
is yeah, there's definitely a method to their madness and the way that they do
Hey.
things. So it's really interesting and like kind of being able to be behind the scenes on that. It's amazing to watch those things kind of come to life and see what they end up being. So yeah, man. If you haven't already checked it out, be sure to check it out. It's called the London Eye. There's an event going on, so you can find it in your events tab. So go ahead and click on there and go check it out if you haven't.
Awesome. As for me, I didn't really do much this weekend. I did a little world hopping. I did catch the London Eye. I do have some art that's going to be dropping soon, so you guys can be on the lookout. Yes.
Oh, wait. Wait a minute. I'm so sorry to cut you off, Cherry, but there's something else that we did this weekend.
There's something else that we did this weekend?
We went to go look at something, remember? On a certain avenue.
How could I not forget? I was getting to it. If you guys don't know, Bass Drop Radio is now on Golden Avenue. You guys can check us out. Shout out to Primitive Shapes.
To the Primitive Shapes.
The whole team.
Shout out to
the whole team.
Yep. Soup, Golden Hands, Golden Rays, all of those guys over there.
Biggie
doing
Paul's
amazing
in the
things.
building.
Speaking of world hopping, Biggie Paul's, JB, Joseph Brannick, all the good guys over there on that side. So yeah, speaking of world hopping, that was one of the things that we did this weekend.
Yeah, so if you follow us on our social media, if you follow us on Instagram, you can see the post where we announced that we're officially on Golden Ave. If you guys haven't had a chance to check out Golden Avenue, make sure that you check it out. Make sure that you walk around the world and that you see all of the cool pieces and all of the cool items that's there for your enjoyment. Also, just as a directory, like the idea behind that is that businesses and people who are familiar with Horizon Worlds and are building and creators are going to be utilizing that avenue as a way to market themselves and as a way to let you guys know what's out here. It's going to be an awesome tool, and I encourage everybody to go check it out. Again, Bass Drop Radio, Primitive Shapes. We are now on Golden Avenue. That's another big thing this weekend. So make sure you guys check it out.
Shout out to Devil in the building.
Shout out. So before hey Dak.
Oh my boy.
Shout out to Dak in the building. He's joining us tonight.
In the building.
So in the spirit of collaboration, since we have the big homie Leroy in the building, I just wanted to start a conversation, a discussion about collaborations within Horizon Worlds. Bass Drop Radio, for one, would not be Bass Drop Radio without the tremendous collaborations that we've done, without working with people. And that's a big part of the reason why creators come in here, is to work with other creators and to work with other people and bounce ideas off of each other and create something great. Bass Drop Radio has had supporters from Leroy, Soup, Biggie's in here, Tech, Cam Bam. We've had so many wonderful creators and supporters, and we just want to open up a conversation about why we feel like it's important to collaborate with one another and what value you can have from meeting great people in here and working on something together. So I'm gonna open the floor up for anyone who wants to start off that conversation about collaboration.
I think, me personally, the thing that I like about collaboration is that it not only helps you fill in spots that maybe, your team is not as not as proficient, but might need a hand in or might need a team to take over. But it also gives you the perspective of another team and how they would do, the stuff that they do. So it kind of gives when you kind of step back, it's two components that are working together, I believe, for the same goal and or similar goals that complement each other. And it's just, I think it's efficient. You know what I mean? It's
Right. Absolutely. I think you touched on a really good point there. When you say that, you can get the other side of it. I love being able to pick other people's brains and seeing their perspective on things. Because that's one thing about this platform that's beautiful, right? Like a lot of us come from the same places, the same areas, but we all still have different experiences. And so if we each built, the exact same thing, it still wouldn't be the same. And so I love being able to kind of like, create something that is a little bit of everyone, not just one person or the other. And also like all the great things that you learn along the way. I mean, I can't tell you how many times I've learned something from someone else. I mean, even you, Leroy, like Leroy has been, for those of you who don't know, Leroy's amazing. He does a lot of amazing things behind the scene. Shout out Cam Bam in the building. And another guy that does amazing things. If you haven't already, please be sure to check out the Drizzy piece that is here at Bass Drop Radio. It is an exclusive piece, and the man behind that piece is Cam Bam. So again,
till it's
yeah.
over.
So it's one of those things, where again, support from your family and from your friends is important, especially on a platform like this. And again, I can't tell you how many times I've been saved by a friend that's like, oh well, you could have just done it this way, and I was like, well, I spent all day trying to do it this other way and it didn't work. So so it's great to have that. So Howard.
Oh, I mean, what I can add to that, I mean, like what I like about I think collaboration, again, how you say it fills in the spots that you didn't know could either form or wasn't there. And I mean, if you check every like great thing like in history, it wasn't just always one person. Like again, when Michael Jackson started, he was with the Jackson Five, just like with Freddie Mercury and Queen. Like it's like you have different set, and you don't know if you can have that chemistry with that collaborator. I mean, with that collaboration, and at the same long run, you can, like I said, achieve something that never even been done before. I mean, that's like the same like with the X-Men, just like with every great team, or like with or even Chicago Bulls. You have all those different like attitudes, individuals, like this individuality and all that within, and you see like they made a wave. And that's just like the same I see with Horizon, like a lot of these teams and everything. Like you see, like just like with the London Eye, like you can't just do that with just some like regular people or what so. You either gotta be all on that same brain span, or you gotta either have like some type of connection. And that's the thing I like about collaboration. It's just not something you could just like put together.
Correct. Yeah. That's definitely.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on. I'm drifting. Sorry.
So I think for the three of us, just speaking on the three of us, Lorraine, you can chime in where you feel necessary. But for the three of us, I know that we all have different talents that we bring to the platform, and for those things, we do have to work with other people. I mean, what music is a prime example. There are plenty of songs that are featured other artists on them that end up charting very high. There are bills in here that have been worked on with multiple people. There's art exhibits that contain a collaboration of multiple artists in their work. And so I think that it is important to keep the spirit of collaboration alive on a platform like this, only because together you're stronger. And then you can take your strengths, and your weaknesses and kind of mold them into something beautiful and creative. Leroy, did you have anything that you wanted to add about collaboration? I mean, particularly because now you're collaborating with Bass Drop Radio, and what are your thoughts on collaborating with like a radio station? How does that fit in with what you do here, and how do you feel like that would be beneficial for both of us?
Well, overall, a lot of what I do is advising, right? So it's a lot of the behind the scenes or kind of connecting people that I advise or people that I work with together to be like, okay, this is something that I think will work, and this is the way that it works and whatnot. But I myself, I like having, mediums and places like this where great information is being distributed, from entertainment to tech to all this stuff. So it fits in a great way because it feeds to what I love doing, and it gives me a group or a team that is doing a great job already in what they're doing. So it's I think it's a great collaboration, and it's something that makes sense. You know what I mean? Especially with people that I consider, friends and family, in the way that we, interact with each other and do
Yes.
things together.
I
I
agree.
I do want to say this, because like the thing that I do is providing service, and as far as like advising, I do distribution, things like that. I also have to collaborate with other businesses that provide services. So if you look like in like party-meta.com, right? If you look at our Meta network in there, you'll see, Howard's on there. There's Papo's Pop Shop, which is where Howard just performed for the Cloud Fest. There's companies like that, services like that, that allow us to be able to not only continue servicing and continue giving services, but continue providing help for them to be able to reach even more people all together. So this right here, like I said, it's a collaboration in a way where we're basically, our net just got bigger. You get what I'm saying? We attached our fishing net together, and now we can cast longer, farther. You know what I'm saying? Instead of having that separation in the middle between our nets, we have that connection that gets that little bit that's left behind usually. So that's what I think about collaborating.
Okay, great. I love that. I love the idea of using your strengths, like I said, your strengths, and using that with what you've got in order to work with teams and then build something better and greater. So thank you so much for that, guys. So if anybody else has anything on collaboration, you know what time it is. It's time to move into our entertainment.
Before we do that, may I go ahead and insert a social media drop quickly?
Please do. Please do.
Social media
guys,
drop.
I know we should get a button, right?
Hey, where's the- yeah, bum, 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 bum.
We need a button.
Yeah. But if you guys haven't already, thank you so much again for joining us here at Bass Drop Radio. If this is, you are returning to us, welcome back. If this is your first time here, welcome. Please go ahead, if you haven't, and save and follow the page. Follow us on Instagram at Bass Drop Radio. And you can email us if you have any music that you would like us to play on our player, which by the way is up and running. We have a digital player. Please be sure to email us at businessadmin@bassdropradio.com if you're an artist, and if you have any music that you would like to promote. You can now listen to Horizon Artists via our online playlist, which will be available on a link to you guys on our page and on our personal pages. So be sure to follow us on there. And Cherry will kick us off with our next segment.
And that's on mobile, right? Mobile and web page. So they can listen to that radio.
Yes.
Correct.
Yes.
It's a mobile and a web page link. So if you guys go to our page, the latest post is featuring artist DL Cadero. The song is called Curses. It's a great song, but on that post is the link to our digital player where you can listen to the Horizon artist via the Bass Drop Radio digital music player. Stay tuned for more updates to that, to our website, much more to come on that. But yeah, so like if you just want to hear some great music, if you want to hear some artists here that you may know or you may not know you're getting familiar with, make sure that you follow the page. Make sure you like the page. Make sure that you like the world and save the world. We'd love to hear you, your feedback on that. So jumping into our next segment is entertainment. So I'm going to kick us off with some news that you probably won't care about tomorrow, but you've already heard. If you guys didn't know, Ray J, Kim Kardashian, and Kris Jenner were going back and forth over the weekend over a 2007 sex tape that was released that Ray J is... Again, you won't care about it tomorrow, but what I found it was interesting is that how it works in the entertainment industry with everything is a contract, everything be monetized, and specifically this tape, allegedly Ray J says that Kris Jenner sat down and handpicked each scene that would then go into a contract.
Oh, my
And
goodness.
that Ray J was basically, him and his family were lowballed with that deal because there was a contract made. So that's very interesting. I've never ever heard of a contract for a leaked sex tape, but this is the entertainment world, and this is what we're dealing with.
Well, I
So-
mean, they don't call her the momager for no reason, right? I mean,
It's
homegirl's
very
getting it all
interesting.
figured out.
My question was she there for any of the reshoots?
Goodness.
That's a good question, because I mean, I don't know if she was there holding the lighting up or if she
You
was
have to stand
doing the
like
sound
this.
check.
You're doing amazing, sweetie.
You're doing a good job. Arch your
You're
back,
doing
Kimberly.
amazing.
You know, like, I
Put
don't
your
know.
lip like this. I mean, no,
I don't know. I
because,
don't know
you
how I
said
feel
that, like,
about
it's
that.
crazy.
She's making
I
money.
mean, because I mean, that made me like look it up too. Like, I mean, not the sex tape, but
Oh
look
my
up
God,
about
Howard.
with Ray J. No, about because they say he pulled out receipts, and the thing that got me, I was seeing with that little article where he's talking about he had to do like some reshoots, and that was the whole killer part to me. I'm like, how do you do reshoots on a sex tape? I'm like, I understand like the porn industry, like right there. Okay, you having a hard day, but I'm sitting there like, hold on, do you set up another vacation? Do you go in there and edit the work? And that's what I'm saying, a contract now, like.
Everything
This
is so
that's mind
calculated.
blown.
Everything is so calculated from the point where it's like, there is no, for me, and this is just my opinion, right? I don't know what is real with them and what's not real with them, you know? So there's very much calculated moves with everything from a contract for a sex tape down to like who they marry. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's very interesting how the entertainment industry has made it so that people are capitalizing off of things that everyday people do, like getting married, like having kids, like having an intimate moment with a partner. Everything is a way to capitalize and get gain off of that. And so it's interesting to me in the entertainment industry to see that happen and have that play out, because a lot of us didn't know the ins and outs of like that whole thing, that there was even a contract involved or that there were reshoots involved. And so now it makes it seem even more like
First
we're in
sex
the,
tape
what is
with
it, the
bonus
Truman
features.
Show? It's the
That's
Truman
what I'm
Show,
saying.
right? Because
First
we're
sex
all
tape
just
with bonus
characters.
features.
We're all just characters
Deleted
in somebody
scenes.
else's.
Girl, it's their world. We just live in it.
We're just living in these people's
We're just
worlds. Like
living
the
it.
people, the 1%, the people who have all of the money, like we're just here and they are
Yep.
orchestrating things around us. And it's just like,
Absolutely.
wait a minute, if you can monetize off of this, we can monetize off of any and everything. Literally last week's show, I talked about how a young lady found a fingernail of Nicki Minaj's and sold that bitch on eBay for $55,000. And I'm like, I got 10 fingernails right now going on. Like, I mean, I don't understand. Like, somebody help me. Leroy?
Hey, there's willing to pay.
You wanna buy a
Somebody's
fingernail?
willing to pay for it.
You willing to pay $55 for the nail? Look,
I'm not
wouldn't-
Nicki
I wouldn't,
Minaj,
but
so I guess
that
not.
person knows. That person
Listen.
probably, knows there's a market for it, and I want to see the person who buys it from him. That's what I want to see. Yeah, the person who buys it from him.
That mug
'Cause
goes
that's
down the
gonna be-
line.
well,
20,
I mean,
we're
you
gonna
gotta
have
have
2073.
You gotta have money.
Somebody gonna
You
have
gotta
that
have
mug
money.
framed.
You have to have money if you're willing to drop, 55
Well,
on
people-
on the
And is
big
there an
one.
People
industry
spend
we're
money.
talking about? We're talking about Nikki. What if there's like a big industry where they have like Lil Kim's nails? They have, like how is it graded? It depends on, do they have Biggie's clippings?
It's the nail and hair black market. If you guys didn't know, there was gosh, I was about to say Little Kim. Kim Kardashian wore Marilyn Monroe's dress to the Met Gala, right?
She did.
And so everyone was talking about that, but what we talked about a little bit when Jay Vanity was here was that someone gave Kimberly Kardashian a piece of Marilyn Monroe's hair, and it's
The
just like
owner.
body parts of these celebrities are now, on the up and up. Like people are buying these things because they're somewhat valuable, and it gets into like this worship mentality. Again, back to the fact that we're part of these people's worlds. They make it so that we worship parts of them, their hair, their nails. And I'm just like, what are we doing here? Like, I don't care that you made a sex tape and you made a contract about it, and that skyrocketed her career, and now she's like uber rich. and now like this same uber rich person is getting a lock of somebody else's hair. It's weird.
Well,
But
keep in mind the gentleman that gave her the lock of hair was also the owner of the dress. Yeah, which is, I guess he was a
Weird.
private.
Yeah.
Of course. But
Weird.
we're talking about
Yeah.
a private, museum, a
He's-
private collector. All they do is collect weird shit.
well, that brings
sits
me
there
into
every
the
night
private
washing that
collecting
dress.
conversation.
Yeah, seriously.
sorry.
Seriously.
First of all, ew.
Seriously.
Oh,
Listen.
that's what I think when people say you like collect
shoot,
this stuff, because I'm
PMP.
like, okay, I understand like the value behind it. Like just like somebody who will have like a Michael Jackson item or something. I'm like, okay, like I understand the meaning behind it, but that's just so weird. I'm like, what? Every time you're gonna walk by it, yeah, I got that dead man stuff. Yeah,
I just don't like.
yeah.
I don't like the. I don't like the. The feeling of like things being attached to things, right? So like when people
Yeah.
pass away, I do believe that your
How you
your
doing?
spirit and your energy can
What's
be
good,
attached
what's
to
good?
things. So that's just anyway.
Absolutely.
We went off.
Now you
but-
walking around the house moonwalking, Jimmy. Damn it.
All you hear is
Kind of.
in your sleep. You feel me? Like, you gotta.
Oh,
You know
got a
what?
problem.
I understand the value of having it, but also the value of selling it,
radio
right? So
station.
like if I were to have a
Right.
piece of
Yeah.
Michael Jackson's memorabilia or something that he wore on stage or during a tour, I don't know if I would necessarily hold on to it. However, props to the people who do, because as soon as somebody offered me a couple of million, that glove is gone, right? Like
Bye bye.
I'm out.
Like,
I'm out, right?
talking about
But
how-
that's just me.
Huh?
Oh, I don't know
So
what they're talking about, sweetie.
moving on, you guys want to talk about your other entertainment story, or come back to me, swing back around to the technology side?
Entertainment story.
Uh-huh.
I do.
All right.
I wanna.
Oh,
I just
yeah,
want
go
to
ahead,
bring up just because it just came
Yeah,
up.
Lori.
PNB Rock. He
Oh,
it's
yeah.
they are reporting that he did pass away. By the way.
Oh,
What?
all
I
right.
just
Well,
wanna
report that.
that'll
Now-
actually lead
Yeah.
me into my next story. I was actually going
that
to
was
cover
Brooklyn's story.
the PNB Rock
Mhm.
story.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what-
So it
PNB
was
Rock is
reported.
dead?
He was in Los Angeles with his girlfriend earlier today, and he was shot at the Roscoe Chicken and Waffles restaurant in the neighborhood of Inglewood. If any of you guys are
Shut up,
familiar
for
with the
real?
LA area or
Wow.
with the Inglewood area at all,
Dang, that's fucked up.
you would know that Nipsey Hussle is from
Inglewood? I was
Inglewood.
just
He's
out
from
there in Long
Crenshaw and
Beach.
Slauson, which is also where he
I don't
unfortunately
know.
lost his life. Due to actually by a gun. And it kind of just like, it begs to
crazy.
kind of have this bigger
You know
discussion,
PNB
right?
Rock?
There's been
No,
a
I don't
lot
know,
of
no.
shootings going on
Oh,
lately.
you don't know him?
It
If you heard his
particularly
song, you
in
might
LA, in
recognize
the
it.
Beverly Hills area, in the music industry. And it's just it's just heartbreaking, man. It's heartbreaking because it just feels like, nobody can go out anymore. And it speaks to a really, really big problem that we're having, right?
Oh, you did?
Yeah, let me
And
look
it's
him
just
up.
again, I just don't, I don't know. I don't know
Yeah,
how we
I'ma look
got
him-
here.
I'ma look him up on
Turns
YouTube.
out there was something put up, I guess, by his girlfriend. Is that correct, Howard? I guess she had
His baby
released,
mama.
yeah, she had put up the location of where they were at, which unfortunately can prove to be fatal for people who are in the public eye like this. Yeah, man, it's just heartbreaking. It's just heartbreaking. Howard, is there anything you wanted to add to that?
Man, to add, I can say first, condolences to the family,
Yep,
man.
it
Because
says
I'm
PNB
sitting here
Rock
shedding a
shot.
tear right now to the stuff like this violence is just senseless. Like the same thing happened to Pop Smoke. Same
Mhm.
thing
Yeah.
just
Oh,
happened the
fuck,
other
he
night
was
with
at
Sauce
Roscoe's
Walker.
Chicken.
Like a
Damn.
young man had to
Mhm.
lose his life in the situation, and to
Mhm.
now like this man like, and the whole killer part to me, that's the whole thing, like how they did with like Young Dolph and like even Young Dolph, like
Yep.
the last moments of these people's lives are like plastered
Mhm.
on like online, because
Mhm.
like again this man is plastered on the floor,
Mhm.
like fighting
my
for his
goodness.
life, and
Oof.
the views
The
are
same with
going to it,
Nipsey.
and that's
Yeah,
same
all
with
these-
Nipsey,
all
same
these-
with
Lauren
Dolph,
London
and I'm
when
like,
she
Honey,
entered the
I see
hospital.
one
I mean,
like
it's
one of the
all these
comments
on
said on,
YouTube, all
and it's
these
crazy. One of the
YouTube,
comments said under there like, "Hey,
stories that posted
what's
an
wrong with the
hour ago.
cameraman? We can't
So
see
it's
who's on the
Mhm.
ground."
But
Like I mean, it's clear as day.
would
You see like
recognize
what's
this
going
song
on, but no, like it's just so crazy. Like how you say, like it's to the point now you can't even go
Views.
outside, or like you can't even go to certain, like I say, certain like certain places now and everything. And it's always, I mean, like it's sad to say California is a hot spot fall. I mean,
Yes.
besides like the West Coast, I mean, you got violence everywhere. But like I was just saying over the before we even had this the meeting and everything with the phone call, like just from like Biggie, Tupac, like just from just all types of life, just from like the 90s to now, it's the same cycle that's going on. And it's just so crazy, but no, yeah, that's like R.I.P. though, man. The PNB, man. That is crazy. That's like a cat that you can make it from make it from the fence, like how I call it. He was like hemmed up in prison and stuff, and like make it from the fence and change up. And again, move out your own hood to a different hood, and you still have that shit follow behind you. But that shows you at the end of the day to stay on your P's and Q's always. I mean, even if it sucks to say, even if it's with your own fam bam and all this, because I'm seeing at the end of the day, a lot of people are mad at his old lady and all this. Like I seen one dude like sit there and put blame on her. And I'm like, it's not like she was sitting there like waiting for retaliation or so, but it's like, yeah, it's crazy like how you have like you gotta watch what you post online now.
Right.
Like
Well,
really
they're
to
saying
even just like about what you're eating at.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, they're saying. Well, I mean, we've kind of always known that celebrities, especially depending on the caliber of status that they're at, they've always kind of taken precautions to make sure that they are doing things to conceal where they're at, and by the time people normally find out, they're already gone from there. But it is being reported that this was a robbery. And that his jewelry was taken from him.
I want you all to myself.
But yes, it has been confirmed that he was rushed to an area hospital where he did, die of his injuries. And as of right now, there is no one that officials are naming as a suspect.
Selfish, and then there was one before.
Yeah, man. I mean,
more of a fast.
it's just.
It's
I honestly have no words. I honestly have no words because honestly, like
old.
He was you say he was 30?
30.
He was 30.
He was 30. That's what makes my like just bones tripping out. Like I'm sitting here getting ready to celebrate a birthday, and somebody like lost their life, man. And again, like let's say just a year older, and that's what like just so like all right, I'm like to make it out, like I say, make it out to your struggle, like as an artist first and foremost, but to make it out that struggle, and then now the like you got that shit taken down because of like again how like even Sauce Walker say by somebody else actions just for a come up. Now, whoever stole this, like, it's gonna be all online now with it.
Yeah, it's two lies because now that other person, depending on their age, is also now gonna have to once they find them or they get killed, either one, is gonna have to put up with that consequence too. So it affects a lot more than it's just crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy. He was actually he was there's some footage of him speaking to media personality DJ Academics last week where he was actually recalling an incident where he had actually been they attempted to rob him during the pandemic, in the middle of the pandemic, and at that time they were unsuccessful, and he did say that he was quoted saying this is why he isn't outside, because he knows that if he puts himself in that position that he knows what the possibility is in that situation. It's just heartbreaking and just a shame.
I want to say this. There is, if you guys ever have a chance on Vice, there's a whole segment that they did on where they actually interviewed people who target celebrities, and they literally say themselves like, if they taunted and they show it on Instagram, why not? And it brings you to like even the Kim Kardashian, the people who did that crime also, they spoke to them recently. Yeah, and they spoke to him recently, and he said he didn't feel no type of way about it. He said, well, man, if they're willing to show it off and put it in my face, who says I'm needy enough to to go and grab it? And so
wow. Yeah, I mean that's a rough one though, that's a rough one, because unfortunately two wrongs don't make a right, and I mean I can definitely see
being safe,
the other side of that, right? Absolutely. Howard.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Oh, it's my entertainment segment.
Let's
bring it. Breaking news. Oh no, my thing I say is not even something to get into, but I'm like my girlie just made me bring it up because she's excited about it. But the iPhone 14 and but it incorporates 2. and Disney Day. I'm sorry, I'm a Disney nerd, and they got Marvel and everything. All fell upon and everything this weekend. But no, if you didn't know and everything, Friday was a big day. Thursday and Friday was a big day for iPhone and Disney Plus users. The iPhone 14 came out, and if you don't know, now you know. iPhone 14 is the latest one in the trends of iPhones that's going to a series of 100. But no, this one is it's more different than everything. The camera is hella better. But one thing that's taken away from all the other phones, they have now you're able to connect to satellite. I didn't know if you know that now. Like so if you're like literally on a deserted island or so, they low key want you to get on a deserted island to test this factor,
What?
but you can connect to a satellite or what so
You
or
ready?
like still try to get
Yes, I'm
service.
ready.
Like they're like telling people not to like get on
Really?
cruise ships and everything I'm seeing so far. Like with the new
Mm.
iPhones. And like I don't know if it's gonna be in the updates yet, but that's real scary and fascinating at the same time because I'm like, hold on. Like first they told us we can't have
All
our
these
phones on the airplane.
notifications I'm getting,
Now
I
they're
can't
telling us we
even
can't
see
have
any of
phones on
them.
a boat.
I know.
Like, what's gonna be
Oh
next? But
goodness.
then to tie down though,
Right.
with that, we had Disney Day too, also Friday. And I don't know about y'all, but Disney Day got some fire coming out. They had the new Little Mermaid. Shout out to Miss how you say her name is
Ooh.
Haley. Miss Haley from
Bailey.
Chloe and Haley. She's playing
Bailey.
portraying Miss
Chloe
Ariel.
Bailey. Chloe
Yeah,
Bailey.
and she's
Hmm.
portraying Miss Ariel, and it looks like it's
Gotcha.
gonna be a good little thing coming out. But also Ryan Coogler, I'm saying his name, Ryan Cooley, who did the Black Panther project, he's also
Hmm.
coming out with something new, Ironheart, and it seemed like they got some like Disney is starting to really get on this diversity train. I'm really liking to see and they
Yeah.
having like different like instead of minor roles now for the minority
Hmm.
roles, like it's starting to really
Hmm.
showcase, hey, everybody could be a superhero, and that's what I
As they
love
should.
to
I
show my
mean,
son one day. Like
right. As
that's
they
what I love
should.
to see. But yeah, that's my
As they
entertainment I
should.
can see so far. Disney Day wrapped up, I think yesterday. So I'm waiting
Hmm.
for day two recaps and everything to finish up from my little sources out there. But yeah, just so far, we got the iPhone 14 just dropped, and we got a lot of stuff on Disney Plus to check out. So yeah, shout out to Disney. I know you're listening to me. Yeah, so yeah, look out for your boy. I like them free DVDs too. But yeah,
Nice. Okay. Well, awesome. Yeah. I mean, Disney. For sure they've been jumping on on the diversity train, as you say, and it's important that they do that, just because, again, looking at their audience and who their what their demographic is like. I think it's important that everyone kind of sees themselves, or the little
yeah.
kids are able to see themselves in the stuff that they're watching. So yeah, that's awesome. I'm looking forward to all of that. Leroy, did you have anything that you would like to talk about today?
So I did. I guess this would tie into entertainment in a way. As
Mm-hmm.
far as art, so I follow Wired. Wired is a they it's a they do a really good job at covering everything that has to do with tech as far as business, metaverse, everything, and they did a whole article about how AI now is able to basically copy, replicate any artist's form, style, and that's something that kind of like it's cool, and I
Oh,
think it's also scary because it
very.
kind of makes you think as an artist. I mean, how far can this go? But I know at this point, I know there's a good way of using it to give you ideas. Being able to use it to bring up ideas and further on that. But it's a good article, but it just I don't know.
Mm.
What do you guys think about that? Like even with music, I know last time you guys spoke about F and Mecca, but
Well, that
even
was
with all this
yeah.
stuff.
Well, that's exactly what I wanted to bring up. I mean, look at how successful that was. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. I can agree with you on the educational side of it, and kind of just being able to formulate ideas and things that maybe weren't aren't possible. Just between the individuals, but I mean, again, look at the FN Mecca situation, right? I don't know. I don't know. I'm a strong believer of not of AI computer machinery not being able to really equate for human emotions and personalities. So I don't know. I don't know. I'd have to see more, just because the first example of that was not a great one. Um so yeah. Anybody
I see
else?
with that, like to add, no, yeah, to add on to that, I was just reading about. Now, I mean, that's how you say, like, but with the AI part, but like you could even put in like how you say, like, well, like just random words or feelings to a certain bot or what, so, and it could give you a scenario, or it could give you like I seen one about AI paintings now. Just type in like how you're feeling or what, so, and it give you a collage of like what the binary system would basically tell you how you're feeling. And some people was like seeing a painting that made from that AI generated like almost like $5,000 somebody just bought or what, so, and it was like there was something, but this is something that they didn't even make. Like they input it into a system, and that system generated. That's how you say, like, it's codes and everything to make from what these words you put out, and that's
It's
like how you
math.
say that is
Calculations.
scary.
It's math.
And it's
Yeah, it's math.
scary, and if it's fascinating at the same time, like how you say, but then it's to the point now, like you're able to do that now with us, like artists. You're able to do that like with movies, like it's
You know,
crazy.
You know something I did see the other day, just very quick. I've been seeing a lot, and I want you guys to keep eye on this. I've been seeing a lot of ads about AI friends or AI helpers. And some of them I've seen are pretty good. Like as far as, depression and anxiety, you're able to, talk to it, and it has some algorithm to help it kind of speak back to you and de-escalate you. So I guess that's a good cause on it. But I've starting to notice a lot of friend AI apps that are popping up, and I don't, what do you guys think about that, like having a friend that's solely like, if you guys have seen her.
Yes. So I did see her was a strange one. So my thoughts personally is I'm concerned about the children with that type of technology, only because in early development, when children are beginning to understand themselves and develop interpersonal relationships and relationships with other people, part of that is them having these either awkward moments, right? Like, what if we took away all of the awkward moments that you had as a preteen or whatever? It wouldn't shape you to be who you are now. Or if you didn't have these talks or these encounters, or to a certain extent, even bullying, which is terrible. It's terrible. But it's these certain experiences that you have in life that if you only have them with a computer, that you don't get the full experience with it. And you don't get a full understanding, I don't believe. So like I saw an app that they're marketing towards little girls, actually, like preteen girls, about like it's a game that you can download like on your iPhone or the Google Play Store, but it's like having an AI boyfriend. And it's like, what does that really do for a young girl? Yes. What does that really do for a young girl who is maybe a little self-conscious, or maybe, don't really want to date because she's a little self-conscious about herself. And then she starts a relationship with like, kind of like her starting a relationship with like an AI with a computer. So I feel like there should be restrictions on how young that technology is allowed to, be in the hands of these young kids, because it can be dangerous. It's dangerous for adults. I mean, it's some people who are so addicted. Like this is sometimes you can become addicted to not living in the present and living in the reality of things, that AI becomes your reality. And is that really a safe thing, right? I don't know.
I mean, I had to do security for like a dude marrying his phone in Vegas. So I mean, it's the world is I mean the world, but like I said, but AI boyfriend like preteens, that is just so crazy to me. Like, but then it's scary though at the same time, because that's technology that's just going like beyond. I remember like we used to sit here and joke about, oh man, like Weird Science, one of my favorite movies. Like when they made their own woman. Don't get me wrong and everything, but they did it like with the computer and all that. But you see like how that backfired. When we always say like, oh, we would love to make our person or to do like this and everything. But how you say that takes away the full experience. Then if you made somebody that, again, that like you want to a T, how can you like have like room to grow, or like you have like this to like, showcase or shadow. But again, like you're living now into a simulation.
I mean,
hence the Matrix.
you know what bothers me about stuff like that? What really bothers me, what really grinds my gears about something like AI is the fact that, just again, the reason why we make music is that it's a sense of processing what is happening to us and a way for us to express ourselves to other people. And I feel like that kind of just loses its value if you have a machine that's spewing out an algorithm or putting words together that is put together because of a calculation and not because of an experience. I think the reason why music, especially mainstream artists who become so successful, is because they have the power to relate to a lot of people. And I just don't think that a machine would ever be able to do that. And again, like it just feels like it cheapens it. It cheapens the experience.
Correct.
I
agree.
But we are running out of time. So
We
if there's
are.
anything you would like to add, Cherry, before we close out here.
No, I excuse my absence. My Meta Uber came a little bit early, but brought me back.
Right.
I do want to tell you guys to make sure that you check out Motivation Mondays, where we're all headed to right now with Leroy and Howard. You're going to be putting on a great talk. And just in the spirit of motivation, in the spirit of collaboration, I just want to thank you all for being, great panelists today and hosts in collaborations with Bass Drop Radio. Make sure that you guys follow us on Instagram at Bass Drop Radio. If you are an artist and you would like free promotion for your music, make sure that you email us free 99. Make sure that you email us at businessadmin@bassdropradio.com so that we can get you guys get your music playing on our external video music player, which is now available. If you go to our Instagram page and click on the link in our latest post, our story, you can be directed straight to the music player. Guys, I can't get it together today. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
And
Damn, we got twins.
Tippity.
yeah, you guys take it over from here, because I can't get it together.
Well, again, just to reiterate, if you're an artist, a musician, a builder, a scripter, we are interested in hearing from you. So please be sure to DM us at Bass Drop Radio on Instagram, or you can shoot us an email with your music at businessadmin@bassdropradio.com. Again, thank you so much for everyone who is tuning in, who's listening to the show. Thank you to everyone that is here. If you would like to follow us, you can follow myself, BrooklynBandit 347_VR. That is on Instagram. Howard, where can they find you?
You can find me like AOL, baby, on the internet under Howard702. That's all platforms and all Instagram, Facebook, MySpace, even Black Planet. So check me out.
Oh,
but no, yeah,
don't check them out on Black Planet,
702.
y'all. Don't do that.
Don't do that, Cherry.
You guys can find me Cherrrrypie, Cherry with 3 Y's _VR on Instagram. Make sure you shoot me a DM if you want to work, if you want to collab. Collaboration work DMs only, please. Make sure that
And I know nasty ones, you
over.
heathens.
Yeah, leave those for someone else. I only want your
Correct.
music. Sorry.
Right.
All right. Well, if that's it,
Leroy.
then we're going to go over to Motivational Mondays with Leroy, guys. Make sure you follow us over there. Howard is going to be speaking, and we're so excited to support our fellow Bass Drop Radio host. And yeah, just make sure you guys follow us. Like the world. Save them like the world. Thanks for coming out.
It's gonna be at Ethan Above. Ethan Above. If you guys see the Ethereum sign, that's the right one. Just join the world. It's not an event. Just join the world directly, and then we should be starting. But yeah, I appreciate y'all, and thank you so much for inviting me and having me here in the collaboration. And I'm excited.
Yeah.
This is awesome.
Yeah.
This is awesome.
Yeah.
Leroy,
Look out for more things.
Make the dream work.
Yes, look out for more things with Bass Drop Radio and Leroy. We got some things coming to you soon, so make sure you stay on the lookout for that.
Yeah.
Yep. And if y'all haven't already, guys, please like and save the world. Thank you again for coming out. We are Bass Drop Radio, and have a great night.
Horizon's #1 radio station.
Only your motherfucking face. Bass Drop Radio. R.I.P. to PNB. Hey.